If you were to sit down for a day and think about what you want for your future, you'd be ahead of 99% of humanity. All right, I am filming this when it is the last day of the year, December 31st of 2020. And in stride with approaching the new year of 2021, I thought it would be really fun to create a video about kind of redesigning your life or reinventing yourself. Let's get into it. Whether you're still in high school or you're 65 years old, I don't think it's ever too late to start thinking about the kind of future that you want for yourself. The direction of your life, designing your life, moving it forward in the direction that you want it to move forward in can be broken down into 3 steps: the design, the habits, and what I like to call no zero days. If you were to sit down for a day with a cup of coffee, puppy laying at your feet, and think about what you want for your future and make a list of exactly what you're going to do to accomplish that, you'd be ahead of 99% of humanity. So many people live passively, whether they realize it or not. They might say, I want that car, or it'd be really cool to date that girl, but they never make a plan that would lead to them achieving their goal. They let life choose them. And in this video, I'm gonna guide you through the process of how you can choose your life. Part 1 is the design, and I always, for myself, start backwards. So I picture where I want to be in the future, because I wouldn't know what to change right now if I don't know what I want the end result to look like. I recommend creating a detailed image of exactly what you want your life to look like, down to every single detail. Who you want to be, how you want to be perceived, what you want to be doing, how much money you want to be making, the kind of relationship that you want to be in. Essentially, create your ideal life. And it's really cool. I didn't realize that I've kind of been doing this my whole life. My sister and I we shared a room, we had 2 twin beds next to each other, and we would lay in bed until 2 a.m. and tell each other everything we imagined for our future. I mean, what we wanted our husbands to look like, the kind of dogs that we wanted, what we wanted to name our kids, how far apart we wanted our kids to be, the kind of neighborhood that we wanted to live in, the kind of vacations that we wanted to go on, literally everything. But just like 99% of the population, those are just things that I talked about wanting. I never have actually really, up until now, done anything that would lead to me achieving those goals. For the past 4 years, I have kept a journal that I write down everything in, literally everything. Quotes, things that inspire me from movies, new ideas that I might have, daily habits that I want to start doing, things that might change about my thinking, new philosophies, everything. These Moleskine journals are basically a mood board for my life. Writing my visions and inspirations down helps me organize all of my thoughts, and I can always go back and see what I want to be working towards. It's funny because I actually started keeping these journals because in the future, I always imagined having a library full of journals. And so I knew that wasn't gonna happen if I didn't start keeping journals. So for the past 4 years, every single month, I keep a journal. It's a tiny little Kahir Moleskine journal. I have one for every single month, and it's honestly the coolest thing that I ever started doing. This kind of relays into the next step, which is the habits. For each goal that you have, I recommend writing down 3 habits that will help you achieve that goal. For example, in your future relationship, you imagine having great communication, lots of silliness, and undying trust. What are things that you can be doing now to make sure that that is a reality? You can start working on your communication skills. If you know that you're prone to passive aggressiveness, when someone does something that bothers you, whether it be a coworker, someone in line, anything, well, maybe not someone, you know what I mean. Tell them, explain to them why that made you upset, rather than being passive aggressive about it. Make sure that you're being more intentional about being lighthearted and not taking everything so seriously. And then make sure that you choose a partner who's able to do the same. If you've been hurt in a past relationship, start thinking about what could prevent you from trusting your future partner and talk to a therapist about it. Of course, these habits are gonna be hard to continue with because they haven't been our habits our whole life. And so we're gonna eventually fall off track and become discouraged, which brings me into my 3rd point. The idea of designing your life is or at least, for me, it's super exciting and just like really inspiring. The reason I emphasize writing down your ideal life as if anything was possible and, not to be even realistic about it is because your goals are meant to stretch you. Otherwise, they're just tasks. The whole point of goals is to achieve something, to grow. In designing your life, remember no 0 days, which essentially means if in your ideal future you are healthy and fit and you are 30 days into this whole process, you come home from work, you've been sitting all day, all you want to do is crash on the couch, that's totally fine. Do what makes you comfortable, but no 0 days, which means you get up and do at least one push-up, because one is more than zero. You will inevitably lose the passion for your dream life, as sad as that seems, but doing nothing will not help you get any closer. Also, if you've been working on your designed life and you feel like you've hit a stale spot, imagine yourself in a spiral. This is actually something that one of my therapists explained to me while I was talking to her about doing really, really well and then feeling really depressed again and not feeling like I was getting anywhere. In life, progression happens on a spiral. So if you feel like you're slacking or you're slipping into your old habits, remember, you're just higher up on the spiral. You may be experiencing the same discouragement, but you've experienced more, accomplished more, and overcome more. So acknowledge how you're feeling and then continue chasing after your dreams. The fact that you're interested in learning about being intentional about your future is more than most of humanity will ever do. Whether it be the kind of mother that you want to be, the kind of home that you want to live in, or even personality traits that you want. Taking tiny, actionable steps will get you closer than doing nothing. Let's let 2021 be the year of taking action. Thanks for watching, guys, and be sure to subscribe.